Rigger and signalman. 1. Proper attire for rigger and signalman. Put on the proper attire and PPE at all times. Figure 1, signalman attire. Figure 2, rigger attire. 2. Roles and responsibilities of a rigger. Check slings. Check the slings and ensure that the rigging angle is correct. 3. Check load. Make sure the load is properly secured and inform the crane operator of the weight of the load. 4. Check lifting gears. Make sure the lifting gears such as hooks, slings and shackles are well maintained and in good working condition. 5. Ensure load lifted is stable, balanced and secured. Make sure the load is stable, balanced and secured before any lifting operation. 6. Ensure loose loads are secured. Make sure any loose items are placed in a proper receptacle or container to prevent any items from falling during the lifting operation. 7. Report defective lifting gear to lifting supervisor. Immediately report any defective or faulty lifting gear to the lifting supervisor. 8. Use paddings on the load edges. Place adequate paddings on the edges of the load to prevent the sling from damage. 9. Good and bad rigging practices. Correct use of choker hitches. Use shackle whenever possible. Ensure shackle is positioned correctly. 10. Correct way to balance a shackle load. Insert sufficient washers to centralize the position of the shackle. Make sure the shackle is not pulled down at an angle. 11. Good and bad rigging practice. Correct hookup methods. Make sure the safety latch is in good condition. Make sure LG, for example, webbing sling, is hooked up. Wrong hooking up method. 12. Correct rigging method. Secure the hooks facing out. Do not secure the hooks facing in. Do not wrap a rope around the hook. 13. Correct rigging method. For long load, use two-legged sing with double wrap chokers. 14. Incorrect rigging method. Do not tie the sing from one eye bolt to anther as resultant force on slings. 15. Hook up unused slings. Make sure any unused slings are hooked up properly. Do not leave unused slings unhooked. 16. Correct loading method. Correct loading method. The eye bolt will bend if loading is not done correctly. 17. Use paddings during lifting. Correct ways of using paddings to prevent damage to the sling. The sling will be damaged if paddings are not used on the load. 18. Correct methods of joining sling eyes. When using four-legged sling, make use of links to join the crane hook to the sling eyes. Wrong method of joining the sling eyes. 19. Use original screw pin. Use the original screw pin for the shackle. Do not use a bolt as a screw pin as it will bend. 20. Use tagline to control movement of the load. Use tagline with sufficient length and diameter so that the tagline can be easily gripped and the load stabilized. 21. Correct method of unloading. Do not pull out the sling from underneath the load because it will damage the sling. Put the load down onto support and then pull out the slings by hand. 22. Inspection of hooks and shackles. Check hook for any defects and make sure it is in good working condition. 23. Inspection of hooks and shackles. Check shackle for any defects and make sure it is in good working condition. 24. Types of wear and tear for wire ropes. Check wire ropes for any defects and make sure they are in good working condition. Crushed severely. Flattened severely. 25. Check wire ropes for any defects and make sure they are in good working condition. Bird cage. Dog leg kink, kink. Open kink. Closed kink. 26. Check wire ropes for any defects and make sure they are in good working condition. Bulged severely. Core protrusion, excessive clearance between strands. 27. Roles and responsibilities of a signalman. Check with the rigger that the load is ready to be lifted. Check with the rigger that the load is ready to be lifted before giving the signal to lift. 28. Give correct crane hand signals. Give the correct crane hand signals clearly to the crane operator to lift the load. 29. Understand and practice correct crane hand signals. 30. Good communication practices. Practice good communication within the lifting team. Communication between lifting supervisor, crane operator, rigger, and signalman must be maintained at all times. 31. Good communication within the lifting team. Rigger and signalman must maintain good communication between each other at all times.